his symbol is represented there. That's all.
How do you know that's like the moon and the star?
Oh, we haven't talked about the star, my friend. Don't you know the Najm? You know there's a star, and there is a 53 verse. It says, you know what the 53 verse in Najm? It's a surah. 53 or 54 says, Allah is the Lord of Sirius. Do you know what Sirius is?
Astrology.
It's a dog star. It's the brightest star in the sky. It's a 5-pointed star. Do you know who worships a 5-pointed star? Do you know? Do you know? Have you seen any horror movies lately? 5-pointed star.
That's a demonic.
My friend, that is Sirius. Your Quran verse says Allah is the Lord of Sirius.
I don't want to go there, but that's.
I know you don't want to go there, but this was the next thing that I could talk about. But I'm just throwing this out there. Your moon is not the problem. The star is a bigger problem because that star worship was going on for thousands of years in Arabia. They worship the brightest star in the sky called Sirius. Sirius is represented by Freemasonry. Has a star called the morning star, which is Sirius. All the pagans have their stars. Even everybody has that star. Why didn't you record it, man? There was such a conversation going on about the crescent moon. You missed it. Anyways.
I only got one camera today.
He always do you understand what I'm saying? It's not just the moon, man. The star is a bigger issue.
Oh, okay, that's yours. I see.
Because that's a 5-pointed star. There's only one star, and it doesn't say. It's okay. So all right. Let me say something. In the Quran, it doesn't say that moon god or anything like that, right? Or Hubal or anything. However, in the Quran it says Allah is the Lord of Sirius. Alright, end of story. Forget about the crescent moon. Talk to me about the star. You can't deny that one because that's in the Quran.
Because the word Sirius means.
No. It's Sirius, the star. It's in the surah called the star, and the star Sirius is saying, "I am the Lord of Sirius." And he's talking to the pagans in Arabia who worship Sirius, and he's saying, "I am your Lord. I'm the Lord of Sirius." That's what it says. I read it and I had a discussion about this.
Doesn't that just mean then, like, when you say like you're the Lord of something, like the Lord of the creation or something, I mean, that's what like.
Can I talk to you? I think you just walked by and you just
I
part of
did.
it.
Right. Yeah, I'm just.
Can I just tell you what I was talking about?
Yeah, go on. Yeah.
All right. In the Quran, there is a surah called the Star, right? It's called Najm, right? Okay. And I think it's 53 or 54. You can pull it out and look at the verse. Allah is saying, "I am the Lord of Sirius." You know what Sirius is?
It's that star. Yeah.
It's the brightest star in the sky at night. It's called the dog star. Do you know the Egyptians, they had a dog as a god?
Yeah.
He was Sirius.
Right, yeah.
That was his name.
Yeah.
All right? Now you know that. It's a 5-pointed star. Okay? It's used in all kinds of occult, all kinds of paganism uses the 5-pointed star. All right? And they all call this the Sirius, the star. From the Egyptian time, even before that time. It's been always the brightest star in the night. Sirius. Allah is saying, "I am the Lord." Now he's talking to the people in pagan Arabia who were worshipping the Sirius, the star. That makes Allah a pagan god.
I don't think so, because like for example, everything that's created. Right?
All right. I got your argument, and I've had this discussion, so you don't need to go there. I'll give you your argument. Your argument now is, well, Allah created everything. So.
Yeah.
All right. In this verse, Allah mentions the daughters of Allah and says that those are like idols. He mentions them by name, which are the 3 stars. You know the 3 stars? Those are the daughters of Allah. Okay? If you don't know, I know. So the Allah Manat, those are the 3. You know the 3 stars in the sky, right?
Yeah.
Those are called the daughters of Allah. He says, no, these are idols. In that same chapter, in the beginning of that chapter, he mentions them and says, these are idols, don't worship them. Fine? Okay, fine. Very good. Go down to 54. Here you have one of the biggest idols of Arabia, Sirius. You should have said, if I was a pagan in Arabia worshipping Sirius, and somebody came to me and said, by the way, I'm Allah, I'm the Lord, and Sirius is not a god, I am God. You know, I am Allah, Sirius is a false god. Right? Just like he said to the 3 daughters of Allah, right? Or not Allah, but Hubal, whatever. Okay? Allah Manat, he said in that same verse. So he said these are pagans, these are idols, don't worship them. Fine. He could have said the same thing about the biggest idol, the biggest star in the sky, which is Sirius. Instead of saying that this is a idol, don't worship it, I am the Lord of all creation, of all the stars in heaven, worship me. Then I have no problem.
Right.
No, he doesn't say that. He doesn't even mention that this is an idol or this is a false god. He says, I am the Lord of Sirius. He just mentions that one star, okay? That one particular star. He didn't say, I'm the Lord of Venus or Mars or Jupiter. No. Is he not the Lord of Jupiter and Mars?
Everything, yeah.
Okay, fine. Then why did he pick Sirius?
Maybe there were people worshipping Sirius at the time. Or...
Okay, so okay, sorry. So if you were worshipping Sirius, and let's say I am Muhammad, right, and I come to you and say Allah says He's the Lord of Sirius, you should worship Him. So I already worship Sirius, so I'll worship Allah, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So what is happening is now you are worshipping Sirius already. Instead of putting that aside and saying, no, I'm going to stop worshipping Sirius. He's not a god. He's a false god. I'm going to worship the creator of all the stars, Allah, and that's not what was being told to me. It's a deception. And it's a confession of being the Lord of Sirius. That's a very significant thing because I was talking to him about another thing which was not in the Quran, but written by a very respected Muslim scholar of 7th century Arabia. He wrote a book called the Book of Idols, in which he mentioned Hubal, who was the Lord of Kaaba. He was the Lord of Kaaba. They say, well, it's not in the Quran, so maybe this guy was an idiot. But he wasn't, because everybody knew him and respected him, and I gave him other references. In that situation, nobody said anything about when this is the Lord of Kaaba, because it's not in the Quran, right? But now this is in the Quran. Do you understand?
I think so.
And in this situation, Allah is saying, I'm the Lord of Sirius. It's like you can't get away from that. That's like paganism. That's like saying, oh, let's say, forget about that. Let's say there was a Hindu who was worshipping Shiva. And Muhammad came to that Hindu and said, by the way, Allah is the Lord Shiva, right? That would be tantamount to saying that. And are you, as a Hindu, are you going to worship Allah? He said, yeah, if he's Shiva, I'll worship him. That's what's happening in the same scenario. Because of the context and everything of this verse. It's not, if it was anything, because you see, I gave you the previous verses of this chapter, where he went and said, look, this Allah Manat, these three, these are idols, don't worship them, I am Allah. Fine. I have no problem with that. Okay? Fine. There might be some people who were worshipping them and they were idols, right? Fine. Could have done the same thing for the biggest one. He didn't do it. It's very clear. It's like, I don't know, it's not like my bias or I'm Christian and I want to, no man, I mean, anybody who's being honest, intellectually honest, would say, wait a minute, go and ask your imam, man. I'm here every week. Go and ask Shamsi or whoever you want to go and ask and say, hey, can you explain me what God meant? Or why did he say this? Why didn't he at least say to them the way that he said about Allah Manat, that these are pagans, these are idols? Why didn't Allah clarify that to the pagans so that they know, stop worshipping them, worship me?
Ask the brother here.
Oh man, he hates me. He hates me.
No, but
He has a
You go and ask him.
track record.
You go and ask him and find the answer and
Nice
come
to
back.
meet you.
No, he
Nice to meet you.
the other
Thanks.
one. But he has
All right,
very
take it easy.
standards.
no, but if you ask him, let me see if you.
No. This guy, he doesn't want to talk. First of all,
Check the book.
No, but everyone has different type.
Okay.
Babaji, I have a question.
See.